What's happening, crypto fam? You're tuned in to the Elite Wealth Podcast, where we unlock the secrets of crushing it in the Web3 and cryptocurrency space. My name's Tyler Brewer, alongside the co-host Garrison Raleigh, and since 2016, we've been educating, enriching, and empowering thousands of students across the world on how to make waves and create generational wealth in this space.
Each episode, Tyler and I keep it real with you, analyzing the top market movers and industry leaders, the latest news, and how to avoid the potholes on the road to crypto riches. We're industry vets who have guided students to over 500% gains in this wild 2024 market.
We will teach you how to level up your mindset and skills to really capitalize on this decentralized revolution.
Subscribe now and join us every week as we lead you step by step into elite digital wealth with the Elite Wealth Podcast.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode number, I think 15, 16, or 17, one of those two or three. What's up, brother?
Not much, nothing much. I'm excited for this one. This one's going to be a little history lesson for everybody. So we're going to just kind of go back on the last decade of crypto. If you're not aware of, or I guess this is more Bitcoin, right? Oh, it is full decade of crypto. Okay. So the full decade of crypto, and then yeah, you guys are going to learn a little bit about the history, and yeah.
Yeah,
So
man,
it's a
I'm
pretty good
excited for
one.
this one. I'm excited for this. I graduated high school, bro, in 2015. So 10
Ooh,
years
coming up
ago,
on a decade.
actually, yeah, 10 years ago brings us back to 2014, bro. Imagine prices in Garrison, if you can, in the meantime, actually pull up Bitcoin price in 2014 and 2015. We'll see, instead of buying Bitcoin, we'll see what I was doing on the playground or, in high school. Garrison was probably still on the playground.
The price of Bitcoin in December of 2014 was $320.
My God, bro, I'm sick.
Um,
I'm sick, bro.
and then
Dude, what
in
was I thinking?
2015,
What was I thinking, brother?
it was
But yeah,
$430.
gosh dang, bro.
I
Gosh
was
dang.
fooling around in like middle school or something.
Yeah, right. You were still in eighth grade, probably. All
Let's see.
right, bro.
I'm at the, oh, dang, my chart doesn't even go back that far.
He's like, that's old, bro. But yeah, let's hop into this, man. So, reflecting on a decade of crypto, we're going to go over some major milestones in crypto history, really since about 2014, 2015. We're going to go over some lessons learned from the past and past bull and bear markets, how the narrative around crypto has evolved from the beginning, the predictions for the next decade. We kind of did predictions before, so we might not do many predictions here, but we're really going to cover the history and some of those major milestones. So if we start back, excuse me,
You're
if we
good.
start back into 2014, bro, that was, like I said, I mean, I was in high school. I was a junior in high school in 2014. Mount Gox had just collapsed. For those of people who don't know, Mount Gox was actually for trading cards. Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but Mount Gox is actually an acronym for Magic the Gathering Online Exchange. Mount Gox. It's an acronym. But the exchange collapsed and they lost about $450 million, highlighting early security vulnerabilities, right? And that was one of those things, bro. After that happened, it was like not your keys, not your wallet. And that's kind of like a major thing. And now you can't even hear actually Michael Saylor talk about how the opposite actually, reverting back to early 2014, where he says, we trust all these companies. He says, why would you not trust another, you trust a bank every day to make the right transaction. And yeah, Garrison, you're making that face, bro. But, we trust all these companies on a daily basis, our phone company or this or that. They might steal a little data here and there, or utilize your money to go, make 200% and behind your back and hold on to your money and not allow you to do certain things. But ultimately, we do always trust somebody. There's right. We trust Ledger to protect our crypto. We have to
Right.
trust somebody. And ultimately, we trust the money in our hands. But yeah, Mount Gox, the exchange collapsing, bro. That was like that kind of highlighted those early security vulnerabilities were, dude, not your keys, not your crypto. And I'm sure a lot of people were, scared. Dude, I know people to this day that still have money that is stuck in there. that has not got paid back. And I know there's, lawsuit stuff going around where they're paying people back or supposed to by this day, that day, whatever. But yeah, to this day, bro, I know people that, their debts were off. People were offered money for their debts in crypto. They're like, yo, bro, I'll give you because imagine, bro, you waiting since 2014, 10 years ago. You bought crypto, you bought two Bitcoin for $600, and now it's worth 120,000 bucks if you have two Bitcoin. Actually, 140,000 because Bitcoin just
Yeah.
hit like 70K the other
It's
day.
at it's at
So
69,208 right now.
yeah, man. And so imagine somebody's like, yo, bro, you got 140K sitting in Mount Gox for the last 10 years, right? And now somebody says, yo, dude, I'll offer you 50K for that. People are gonna bite. They're gonna bite. Even 20K. Some people are desperate. And that was early 2014. We seen Ethereum announced by Vitalik Buterin. They were introducing smart contracts at the time. Major companies like Microsoft, Dell, and PayPal began accepting Bitcoin. And then you had the major banks. You had the major investors, the leaders of the world, all saying, "What? It's a scam. It's a
Yeah,
scam. We'll never use this stuff. We'll never have it. Don't look at it. It's a waste of time. It's going to zero. It's a bubble." And all sorts of other things. And look where we are now. It's crazy, bro.
for real. Yeah, and I was looking it up as well. So according to, I guess, Brave Browser,
Hmm.
there was a recent update by a Mount Gox trustee, not even going to try to say his name, reported that over 13,000 creditors have been paid out of a total 20,658, and they still have yet to pay them all out. So,
Wow.
um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know
they're
they
still
weren't getting
working on that
100%.
10 years later.
Yeah, and they're not getting 100% payout either. They're getting percents. They're getting
Right.
percent. You had a Bitcoin in there.
You're
You're
probably
lucky if
getting
you're getting 0.25 back, brother.
they're going to give you 600 US dollars in
Yeah, right. They're
Bitcoin.
gonna give you the US dollar value you had at that time. Crazy, bro. Crazy.
So, yeah,
That's
there's that. And then I believe you did mention Ethereum was announced that year as well. So,
yeah, the smart
how do you
contracts,
say
man.
his name? I still have never like figured
I
out a
think
way.
I mean I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but Vitalik Buterin,
Vitalik, I've heard it said like that before, but I never really heard his
Vitalik
last name said.
Buterin. I don't
So,
even. I'm
but
not
yeah,
sure
and
what it
that's
is.
that's big. It's basically I was explaining it to someone the other day. It's almost like the App Store on top of an iPhone. Like
Hmm.
iPhone wouldn't be much if it didn't have the App Store.
Facts, bro.
So
That's
all you
big
would have is
facts.
like your camera, your iMessage. You wouldn't be able to download TikTok or Snapchat. You would only have, the
Phone.
specific Apple. Yeah. Like like
Phone
in the
and
olden
internet.
days.
Yep. Yeah, bro. Like the old flip phone days. What a
Yeah.
time to be alive, bro.
Now they got
And that
flip
brings
phones
us.
again, but they're like touch screen. But
My first flip phone, bro, was a Razor, a Motorola Razor, I think it was. Super skinny,
I remember
bro.
when
Thing
my
was
I was a
awesome,
little
though.
too young to be getting phones, and I remember my family getting like the Blackberries and the Motorola Razors. I remember those. I used to have them as a toy because I don't know, they wouldn't last or something for a while, and then I would just act like I had a phone.
Dude, I had a sick Chicago Bears case on my Razor, and I went swimming with it, and that was the last I'd
Let's
ever
see if you
seen.
see if you remember this. Do you know what a Firefly is?
Yeah, bro, I
It
do.
was like a little it was like a little phone, like you could only call your like mom and dad and maybe someone else.
Is that what you
And
had?
yeah, yeah, I had that for a little bit. But listen to this. I went over to my friend's house, which was like a block away from your house. It was like right in the
Hmm.
middle. And, I was going over there. My dad's like, don't forget to take your phone out of your pocket when you go in. I'm like, yeah, come on, I know. And what happens when I get over there? I jump right into the pool with my phone in my pocket
Bro was
or
crying.
with my Firefly in my pocket.
Bro
And
started
I'm just like,
crying instantly. But yeah, man, it's crazy because 10 years ago things were so different. Um,
yeah,
and that brings us to 2015, bro. So, we had Vitalik Buterin was introducing smart contracts on Ethereum. And then in 2015, Ethereum actually launched and introduced programmable blockchain. Oh my goodness. Introduced programmable blockchain technology. And dude, that's like next level because now you can start to create everything we have in crypto today. Which, dude, You look at the chain links, the Cardanos, the XRPs, the this, the that, bro. Every
Or
coin
even
that
like,
came after.
and even like, made it paved the way for other people to try to do the same thing, like Solana and different blockchains that are out there. And
Yep.
it's a healthy competitiveness. Like I don't
Hmm.
really see, you get those, diehard Solana fans and diehard ETH fans are like, oh, I'm only ETH, I'm only Solana. But in the long run, everybody knows that both of them's going to be around, and they're going to
Facts.
push each other. They're going to push each other to the end. If there's probably never going to be an end with this, because this stuff's just going to keep expanding and expanding.
Definitely,
Yeah,
bro.
so
And
that's pretty crazy. Ethereum officially launched in 2015. I wonder what the ICO price was.
dude, it's probably sickening. And in that same year, bro, in 2015, Coinbase actually became the first licensed, they weren't the first exchange, but they were the first licensed US Bitcoin exchange, which was important because there wasn't any at the time. You had to go through Mount Gox. And what happened with Mount Gox? They went under. What's the ICO price?
31 cents.
My God, brother. What's current price on ETH? Let's see, 2,500.
Yeah, 2504.
Crazy, bro. The Nasdaq actually began experimenting with blockchain technology in 2015 as well. And bro, we talked about this on multiple podcasts before, but blockchain technology has been around. I think it's 1999 was the year, maybe even a little bit earlier, but they've been around for quite some time. Well, blockchain technology itself, cryptocurrencies utilizing blockchain technology was, Bitcoin was the first 2009. I mean, there was some before it, obviously, but that we've talked about on the in-depth Bitcoin dives. But yeah, man, it's kind of cool to see that. And not that long ago, bro, we were in high school. I was 18. The Nasdaq began experimenting with blockchain technology. In the meantime, I was causing trouble and creating havoc and chaos instead of buying Bitcoin, bro. What a bad
Sorry,
idea.
I'm trying to adjust my lighting. But yeah, I
You're
wish I was
good.
not in school or was able to invest then.
Yeah, or
I
at least
wonder
knew
if I
about it,
was
bro.
able to. I don't even know. I have to like think about this,
So,
figure
crazy
out where
enough,
I was at in 2015.
so crazy enough, bro, 2015, I graduated high school. And that same year after I graduated high school, I actually was introduced to trading, but Forex, not crypto.
Okay.
I was introduced to Forex and I started trading Forex in the foreign exchange market, leverage trading options, futures, this, that, and the other. You can pretty much think of everything but stocks. And dude, I became aware of Bitcoin around 3,500 bucks. Yeah, I think it was about 3,500 bucks. And because I was familiar, I'd heard it a few times, but like I wasn't around enough people who were actively buying it or anything like that. But it was definitely talked about, bro, in 2015 and 2016 when I first started my journey in entrepreneurship and trading. And dude, it was like I said, I wish I would have bought it, but now it's like you look back and it's everything happens for a reason, bro.
Right.
Um, you can't always look back and say like, oh, I wish I would have did this, wish I would have this, because if you did do that, you'd be in a different position now, and who knows if it's better for worse.
Well, also think about this. We're going to be looking back on this video in another decade from now, talking about these prices and
We'll
being
have to
like,
highlight
damn,
this,
man,
bro.
aren't we glad that we were buying Bitcoin at 70K?
15K, bro.
Yeah,
Remember,
exactly.
we were buying at
Exactly.
15 and then 20 and then 25 all the way up, and we still bought at 70 and then
Bro,
100 and then 125.
Solana, Solana at like $10. We were like,
Yeah, man. I
Solana,
bought
everybody thought Solana wasn't going to be around at that point. Like nobody knew what to expect from, actually, I guess we'll kind of get into this in a little bit
Yeah,
later
that
with more
happened actually
Solana.
like a couple of years after, right? Almost like about 2 years ago, realistically, in the timeline, 2.5 years ago.
22, yeah, it
Um,
was when FTX collapsed.
but
And
yeah,
that's
man. So if
what,
we go ahead.
no, you're good. We'll circle back up to um we've talked about everything in 2015 with Nasdaq, starting to get
Yep.
into it, which leads us right into 2016. The first is the DAO, decentralized autonomous organization hack on Ethereum leads to controversial hard fork. Controversial. I'm not good at saying that word.
I think you said it right.
So, yeah, there was a hack on Ethereum which probably started to get everybody saying, "Oh, it's a scam, it's a scam."
Yeah, man. And when you look at Bitcoin being the perfect money, and compare it to Ethereum, right? There's nobody controlling Bitcoin. The Bitcoin's there. It's, the people run the blockchain ultimately at that point. And with Ethereum, bro, it's kind of a newer thing. And you say like, what do you mean it got hacked? And that dude, I could only imagine how scary that was in, early 2016, because again, I was in the Forex market, bro. I wasn't really even worried about any cryptocurrency at the time. It wasn't really for me till 2018, when I actually bought XRP, and I believe it got delisted on Coinbase at the time too. And it was delisted for quite some time up until I think again about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, man. Bitcoin's second halving occurs 2016 as well. First major DeFi projects begin to develop, and soon later, right, we will end up having a DeFi summer. But dude, the DeFi space, I mean, it kind of came quick, especially considering in 2015 was when like the blockchain technology that you could program with Ethereum, all the smart contracts, this, that, and the other, really it was only a year later, and then bam, bro, people are already creating these DeFi protocols, all
Right.
these crazy tokens doing amazing things. And it's dude, it's crazy. It only took a year. And to think where we would be now from 2024 to 10 years, bro, in 2034, which even sounds weird to say, dude, imagine where we'll be. It's gonna be a different time, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy actually. Like, no, crypto hasn't even been around for a full 20 years yet. I guess
No,
it
man.
kind of has been because they were trying to create it, the years before, but like Bitcoin, I feel like is the staple. Like that's when crypto really began. It's, you know, had their footing and people started to figure it out and like, hey, I get what Bitcoin is now. Now I'm gonna start trying to build my own. People got those ideas. Some people were accumulating maybe. If you were accumulating Bitcoin at those levels, you're probably not even watching this video right now.
Yeah,
So,
right, right.
but yeah, no, things were crazy and it continues to just move faster and faster. Like, we won't go too deep down this rabbit hole, but like think about like the metaverses and stuff, like what we're watching being developed, a
Mhm.
little bit behind the scenes and which is now on Xbox, Steam, and PlayStation, a multiverse metaverse with NFTs and blockchain involved. And, it just exponentially grows as time goes.
Yeah, bro, it definitely has. And it's crazy, right? Because we're playing games with NFTs now versus, just tokens in
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but then, yeah, bro, Bitcoin hits 20K for the first time in 2017. And dude, imagine, right? 3 years prior, it was at 350 bucks.
Yeah.
Imagine Bitcoin hitting 20K, bro, after you just bought two Bitcoin at, $700.
It
And
hit it
now
hit
you're,
20K late 17 too. So like in
yeah,
December,
yeah, it was pumping, I think, for most of that
like
year.
early 2017, it was about $1,000. In
Wow, bro.
January of 2017, it was $1,000, and that's a slight 2,794% return
Yeah, that's
for a year
insane,
hold, not
bro.
even.
Yeah, that's
So,
insane, man. And
and I'm sure people didn't even. I wonder what I would do in that situation. Like, I'd definitely be taking some profit, I guess, but like, would I be just continue to hold and then sell back at 4K? Dude, that had to be an emotional cycle because nobody really did know what was going to happen with Bitcoin then.
no, not at all, man. Yeah,
But yeah,
you're right.
so
It
go
literally was
ahead.
the end of December, bro. It took off. Um,
Yeah, it
yeah, it
kind of
really
started
took off,
early
bro.
November and had a good couple weeks from there. But
Yeah, like
yeah, things were crazy and that's price discovery there and you have no idea when that can turn around and after that, late, you know, m- early 2019 Bitcoin was back around 4,000 again.
Yep, almost
So,
the same levels it was at previously, bro. Imagine you ride it up to 20K. It comes all the way back down, bro. And then you see the opportunity to buy it again. I mean, I I know it's a little different now only because the price. Everything's still
Right.
the same. Like even though Bitcoin's at 70K, bro, we're looking almost at a similar, the same chart, but on a larger time frame, just with bigger numbers. Because, bro, right? We touched, let's see. So we were at, let's move back. In 2020, bro, we were at 17K for in 2020 all the way to 2021. We ran up from 20K. What is that? Yeah, from about 15K all the way up to about 70K. And then came all the way back down to 15 again.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? From 3K to 20K, back to 3K again. Now we're at 15K to 70K, back to 15 again. And now, bro, we're about to crush through and continue to to honestly just blow through this. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah. I just inverted the chart too again, and it looks pretty good that way.
Yep.
So,
Sometimes you got to, bro, to
but
make sure you're
yeah.
seeing things right.
And also and also that same year is when the initial coin offering, like we were talking about a little bit, ICO boom begins, um, which in reality raises billions of dollars in funding.
Yeah. And dude, because again, people are seeing Bitcoin go up, Bitcoin's going crazy, insane returns, more tokens are being pumped and created on Ethereum because Ethereum created everything previous years for this. And dude, everything just starts going crazy. People see all the money being made, how fast it's happening. And dude, the ICO begins and people start piling money in as fast as they can. Japan recognizes Bitcoin as legal tender and Bitcoin Cash hard fork happens. And you'll see a lot of hard forks on these projects. The hard fork really means that they come to a point where like the team says, let's do this X, and the other part of the team says, no, let's do Y, and let's continue forward. And the other team pretty much takes everything from the current project, they copy paste it, and then they go and do whatever they want with their project. Not many forks that I know of are very successful. um
Yeah.
None of them beat the original.
And then yeah, so that brings us, I guess, to 2018. Before we go there, it's funny that Japan recognizes it as a legal tender, and then we'll probably get down into next few years after this. They end up banning it again. So, or
Yep.
has it? It might have always been legal there since that year. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, obviously countries are starting to pick it up and realize that it's, this is legal tender. It's real and
Yep.
probably better than our paper that we print over and over.
Facts, bro. 100%. In At that time, you gotta kind of compare it to gold. Like gold, like if Japan makes it illegal, China makes it illegal, they drive liquidity elsewhere. They drive the people, the investors to go somewhere else because they're going to continue to find innovative things that are going to make them money. Same thing
Yeah,
happened with gold. The US confiscated gold at $20 an ounce, and then they inflated price by whatever percent. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. And then they incentivized everybody to bring all of the liquidity to them, the investor money, because they're like, yeah, we'll actually buy your gold now for XX amount of money instead of just X amount of money. And so when doing that, they say, hey, everybody from foreign countries, like, dude, let's bring our, like, Garrison, like, imagine Europe or, any other country other than, let's say, Canada, Mexico, it doesn't even matter. Some other country other than the States says, hey, look, we'll pay 6K for an ounce of gold, US dollars. And right now in the US, let's say it's going for, what is it, 28? I think 2,800 bucks. I could be probably off by
I'm looking it up right now.
um but let's just say they're offering more. Why would you sell it? You go sell it double in a different country. It incentivizes you to go bring it there. And it's kind of same thing happens during these years. Some of these countries ban it. Some of them say, hey, let's turn it to legal tender and see what happens. Those who banned it And still to this day, those countries who ban it are driving liquidity elsewhere. They're driving the investors out of their country, and they're because they're being incentivized to bring their money elsewhere.
It looks like it's about anywhere from 25 to $30. It's kind of hard to tell from
Per
what I'm
ounce
looking
is what
up
you're
right
saying?
now, but yeah, per ounce.
Silver or gold?
Yeah, silver.
Okay. Um, but yeah, so I mean dude, and then so 2017, and we have actually never really hit 20K again, bro. Up until I think it was 2020. 2020 we finally hit 20K again. So 2018 was kind of that ride down from literally all of 2018 was just up, moved straight back down to 3K.
Yeah,
And then February we take that ride back up in 2019. And again, so for 2 more years in 2018, we never even see 20K again. So people are getting sad, bro. People are feeling emotional. They're feeling, oh my gosh, I missed out on the greatest opportunity in my life. This will never happen again. And crypto, what we call crypto winter, began in 2018 because Bitcoin dropped from 20K to under 4K. And
yeah,
and in the meantime, bro, what that led to is people trying to find a stable asset. And in that search, stable coins were pretty much created, with the USDT gaining pretty much the prominence in the market. A lot of people started utilizing it. And because they were like, hey, look, I had 20, Bitcoin just hit 20K. I want to preserve that, if I had one Bitcoin, I bought at 350 bucks and now it's worth 20K. I want to hold my 20K. I don't want to hold it all Bitcoin all the way back down with the market and lose that potential gain, right? So people started looking for other opportunities, and that's really when the rise of stablecoins kind of happened too, was in the search of something to retain price because
right.
Bitcoin was volatile, which is great, but it's also can be bad depending on what you're doing with your holdings. If you're just holding, probably not that great when it's going down. If you're swing trading, leveraging it, you're in good shape because it doesn't matter which way it goes. You could sell, buy, and make money in either direction.
Yeah, no, and even like things like the stock market and stuff go up and down, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
when it's
bro.
important to be able to, find those stable assets like a stable coin, and those
Yeah.
typically retain right around $1 USD worth.
Yep. Would
So
fluctuate a little, but not much, maybe a couple cents each direction, but that's it. And they're designed to do that. But in that same year in 2018, the SEC said, hey, you know what? We're cracking down on y'all. And ultimately, what happens is they create a negative narrative on crypto because they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to take it for themselves, force it on the population, and make money off of it because it was designed to do the actual opposite. It was designed to be for the people, not for the government. So the SEC said, frick, bro, we got to stop this. Money's flowing in. Crypto winter hit, and they're like, dude, like, we got to crack down on these things. And also, on the flip side, right, people are getting scammed on fake ones, fake tokens, and the launch of institutional products like Bitcoin futures on CME and other things like that started happening late 2018, I believe, as well. And but bro, like all these years, each year is so it kind of has its own narrative. 2018 was that
yeah,
crypto winter. 2017, Bitcoin hit 20K for the first time, even though it was late in December. Japan recognized Bitcoin as legal tender. Bitcoin Cash was hard fork occurs. So like a lot of these things were pivotal for what was coming in the later years, right? Because in 2015, Ethereum was planning for what happened in 2016, 2017, 2018. Everything they built was utilized in the following years. And each year kind of had its own narrative, which is kind of cool, bro.
yeah. And I was trying to look up. I know yesterday was Halloween, and actually the stock market wiped out 953 billion yesterday.
Wow.
And so like in a case like that, obviously that's the total market in general. That's not one person's holdings. But if you saw something like a drop coming, that's when you use a stable coin. And that's obviously when people started to realize that, like, hey, when you're in a volatile asset, sometimes you're going to want something stable so you can, take your profits, buy lower, and so forth. But
Facts, bro.
Yeah. And then I guess that
Facts.
brings us right into 2019 here.
DeFi summer.
Compound and Uniswap, baby.
Yes, sir, bro. Dude, Compound was a beast, bro. It still is. It's an awesome project, but a lot of money's flowing to other similar projects. It's like having Google, Yahoo search, the early search engines, right? How many of
Right.
those do you use Yahoo search anymore? No, I don't. Like, how often do you like you go to Google every time you're searching for something? Or now the thing I'm doing now more often is actually asking AI. It gives me a quicker answer. I
Yeah.
don't have to, on Google, I still have to search.
Look at all
I,
the
I
different
search what I'm
links and
looking for,
everything.
and then I still have to search for the answer on Claude AI or Chat GPT, any of those AIs. I say, hey, what happened? Tell me. I don't say, hey, show me what happened. So I have to keep researching. So even now, bro, things are changing. We're not utilizing search engines like we used to. And same thing with DeFi Summer. DeFi Summer introduced so many amazing protocols. Uniswap, decentralized exchange, one of the largest to this day, killing, I think, by double in market cap. Um, but yeah, Compound was an amazing project. Compound Maker, Aave. I don't know how late those followed after Compound, but dude, Compound I think pumped up to like what, $600 if I remember correctly, or $400.
Compound's all-time high is 900. So
Nine
it's a
hundred
little bit
bucks.
over
Yeah. So
900.
yep, and it ran up to about $900,
And that
and
was in 21.
yeah,
In early 2020, like in June of 2020, which I think, let's see, which, okay, I don't mind, doesn't go back to 2019, but in 2020, a year after, it was up to $400.
yeah, and it's crazy now, bro, because you see it now, and now it's at what is that? Uh,
42.
42. Yeah, sorry, I got so many price. There we go.
You're
Yeah,
good. I had it
42,
pulled up right
38.
now.
There you go. But
So,
yeah, $42, bro. And dude, Compound's still an awesome project. Um, it's an amazing project actually. And same with Aave, Maker. They're similar. You got to keep that in mind. But I always compared all these projects to a search engine or early, really just the .com era.
yeah.
Because even now, right, you have all the emails, the yahoo.com, the AOLs, the comcast.nets. How often do you hear, every time I hear somebody's email nowadays, bro, it's a dot at Gmail. It's pretty much
Pretty
almost at
much.
Gmail every time. You very rarely come across at Yahoo or at Comcast.net or
Yeah.
AOL, bro. AOL is even more rare. That's how
I
you know
get
you're
out.
talking to a real OG.
I get Outlook a lot too
Yeah,
sometimes, I feel
Outlook
like.
too. Outlook's another one, bro. But
But
yeah, and then China announces the development of the digital yen, whatever it is. I think it's yen. But
yeah,
and
that's
it's
weird
crazy too
spelling.
because it, I don't believe, maybe it's more blockchain related because bro, digital currency or even the US dollar has been around for a long time. If ever since a bank account, ever since really the US dollar wasn't backed by gold, it's been digital. And people don't realize that because when it was physical, it was backed by something. Now that it's digital, it's backed by other numbers. It's backed
Right.
by literally other numbers. That's it. Nothing else. You can't exchange it for gold. You can buy gold for it with it, but it's not exchangeable like it used to be. And it's not backed by it, which is why we deal with inflation and everything else. So, you know, we see those early digital currencies, which people like at first, I think the word digital currency probably threw people off, but they didn't realize that they had been using one for so long. Credit cards, I think in 1993 or 1997, maybe I'm wrong in the year, but they started to become a huge thing in the 90s. And from there on, bro, digital currencies scaled. Digital US dollars, digital this, digital other countries' currencies. But it wasn't really until 2009 where cryptocurrencies came about. And that's what really changed what money is and how we should use it because it was way more important back in the day. But once the US dollar wasn't backed with gold, bro, that's kind of when everything
Yeah.
started going downhill. Even if it was going uphill for a short period of time, ultimately in the long scheme of things, it was going downhill.
Yeah, no
And
fiat currencies ever succeeded.
yeah, no, never, bro. Shelf life's about 50 to 75 years. And really that's why all these cryptocurrencies were created. And luckily for us, we get to being one of the best times throughout history. We're building and growing through it. You know, you think about your parents are going through the dot-com era, bro. Like imagine what it was
Right.
like during that time. People were buying stocks, buying, oh dude, freaking a new search engine, let buy it, bro, you know?
Yeah, that would be fun. But
It
that's
would,
basically
bro.
what it is now. So,
It is. It is. We
and it's
have
going
our
to be
own
even
version
a
of it.
bigger transfer of wealth.
It will, bro. The largest one in the world. And that led us into 2020, man.
Yeah. So that
DeFi
year,
summer.
yeah, DeFi summer. Well, I guess that's more last summer, but this is when the DeFi explosion actually started to take place with, billions of total value locked and um which is total value locked is what people are locking up in those protocols to utilize these decentralized finance options with earning interest or lending. And there's a lot of different ways you can go with DeFi. We have two episodes that we've dropped in the past, I believe, where you can go ahead and listen to what is it like the rabbit hole, like DeFi rabbit hole or something like that.
Yeah, bro. The DeFi rabbit hole, something along those lines. But yeah, man, those are good episodes too. We really deep dive on what is possible with DeFi and, not even limited to what we discussed there. There's other things that are still possible that we didn't even explain.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
exactly. So,
yeah, Bitcoin's third halving happened 2020. In that same year, MicroStrategy, bro, they made their first purchase, and it was the largest
oh,
institutional purchase of Bitcoin at the time. And when they adopted that, bro, that was a big deal. People seeing insane gains. And not just because of that purchase specifically, because you look at MicroStrategy stock went up. People who were buying their stock and believed in Bitcoin, but they were buying their stock because they couldn't legally buy Bitcoin due to their position or company or, their government job, whatever it is. But dude, like you said, bro, it was a DeFi explosion. The third halving happens, crypto goes crazy. And it was an amazing time, bro. That was in 2020. That was really when I watched crypto take off because in
yeah.
2018, 2019, I was still learning, still kind of new to it, slightly investing, but not too much. But bro, I watched pretty much the entire market take off. And like you said, bro, there's total of billions of dollars locked in these protocols, meaning people were locking them up, earning interest on them. These protocols were lending them, borrowing them, doing all sorts of amazing, like you take the Web 2 aspect of, traditional finance and we created the Web 3 finance, which is DeFi. And that was perfect. That was exactly what the world needed. In, looking back in this decade, bro, everything kind of makes so much sense why it happened, how it did, in the order it did. And, it was serendipitous, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, there was so Bitcoin that having Bitcoin was right around 10,000 then. And that's right around when I heard about it was in 2020. And that's when I was graduating and kind of faded till I remember hearing again about it like mid 21. So let me take a step back. So when that having happened, it was at 10K, then it ran up to 64K. And it was obviously making a lot of noise. I was kind of hearing about it. Then I saw it back at like 30K um and that's kind of when I started learning and everything.
Yeah,
So
man. The last price I seen, I mean, I was trading in 2018, 2019, bro, and Bitcoin was at like about 3,500 bucks. It took off to about 14, 15K, but it actually came back one last time to about 4K. And from there, which was March of 2020, dude, it took off. From March of
boom.
2020 till the end of 2020, let's see, it went from 4K to 40K,
Yeah.
1,100% increase. And bro, I watched it and that wasn't even the end of it because in January it only retraced for about a month and then continued from 30K all the way up to 60K, bro, and doubled again. So, dude, it was a wild time, especially watching it from 35 to 40, bro, about 3,500 to 40K. I seen so many people make so much money, bro. I was like, fuck. I wish I was like FOMO, bro. I had so much regret. I was like, dude,
Right.
I'm never, dude, I was kind of sad in a way, to be honest with you, bro, because I felt like I watched an opportunity that I'll never see happen again, only for Bitcoin to come back to 15K one
Facts.
last time, brother.
And I was buying a little bit on the way down
Yep.
from like that high and everything.
You bought
And
an,
then, but
I
that's
remember
when
your
I really
first,
started putting in my first few buys was around there.
I remember your first Ethereum purchase because it was, it was, I wouldn't say it publicly, bro, but it was up there.
Yeah. I don't remember honestly.
It
I
was
remember
it
some
was up there,
NFT
brother.
problems around then, but
I think if I remember correctly, bro, you bought like a whole Ethereum around like 3,500 bucks
oh yeah, I do remember that because that
because from
was
there you get started getting into NFTs and you actually ended up making out okay, even though price dropped because of the NFTs retaining value or gaining value. So you
right.
actually ended up, making smart plays with it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a normal retracement here. I'll buy here. And then Ethereum went to like $800 again.
Oh, bro. And it's just part of the journey, bro. It's part of being an early pioneer in the space. But that 2020 led us to 2021, which 2021 was the NFT boom. And that's again, bro,
Yeah.
you might have bought, you know, at 3, 4K, but you made out like a bandit because of the NFT boom. And what's really strike that was people's sale of his NFT. It was like a
69
$69
mil.
million sale of his NFT. When that happened, bro, NFTs went crazy from there on
Yeah.
out. I was, some of my first NFTs, bro, were fake, like the glitched bored apes, like they were fake ones actually. And I was buying them for 10 cents a piece on Polygon on OpenSea. And and when that was happening, I was buying it for like 10 cents, a buck a piece, and I was selling for like 10, $15 a piece, bro. And I didn't even know what I was doing ultimately. I honestly, bro, I didn't even know if they were real or fake board apes. Like, I thought I was in there, brother.
Yeah. No, that's when everything was going insane. You probably still made profit on those too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro, I did. And I, I actually never lost any money on those first ones I really bought. I lost them later on when I was buying them when they were 300, $400 a piece. That's when I started
Right.
to lose money on NFTs. But dude, when I was buying them early on, dude, I flipped them. I made a bag off of them because I was buying 20 of them at a time and selling each of them for $10, $15, bro. And I paid less than $1 for them. And
For
because
real.
of this, like, dude, you could just search ape on OpenSea, bro, and anything that had a picture of a freaking monkey was going crazy. Like you could just buy it and flip it, dude.
That's funny.
It was, but also we had ETH gas fees because I was buying them on Polygon because the gas fees on ETH. That's
Yeah.
why I was buying them on Polygon is because they were it was so expensive to buy any NFT
Yeah. Gas
on
fees were
ETH.
stupid.
Insane, bro. 200, $300 just to
800 bucks.
gas fee, forget what the NFT cost.
Right.
Um, and yeah, during 2021, bro, Bitcoin slapped 70K. The NFT boom went crazy. Shout out to Beeple. He helped really the whole entire community. People look back, I think, on that and think like, wow, dude, thank God for this artist. And we have El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. At that time, they had the highest murder capital rate in the world. They are now safer than most cities in America, which is absolutely insane. I just seen they sent like another 5,000 troops to walk the streets of El Salvador pretty much and arrest any gangster. If they had a tattoo of a gang sign, they got locked up, bro. Like, dude, they really turned the country around.
Hmm.
And
It's good.
now they're debt free, bro. Because of them adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, they Bitcoin City, dude. The entire country has, shout out to I think it's Nayib Bukele. I don't know how to say his name, but the president of El Salvador currently in 2024, Nayib, I think it's Nayib. I don't know how to say it, but dude, awesome guy, absolutely changed the entire state of their country, and it's it's amazing to see cryptocurrency you realistically do that because when you fix the money, and we've talked about this before, bro, you fix majority of problems, not all of them. but a good chunk of the problems. You utilize blockchain technology in the right way. Forget the CBDC and the government's blockchain. When you utilize the people's blockchain, that is truly when I think a lot of the world's problems will start to be solved. We just seen voters' ballots, bro. What was it? Trump in 2020, I think it was claiming voter fraud, right? You know, whether it was true or not, now ballots are being burned.
Right.
It doesn't matter which side you believe in. Imagine your vote being burnt and not count. Like that's unacceptable, and it could be fixed with the correct blockchain, the people's blockchain, not the
Yeah,
government's.
100%. Yeah, and then that's also kind of when, you know, the rise of layer two scaling solutions started to come around, and which also kind of, layer twos kind of help Ethereum run a little bit and help other projects and whatnot.
Yeah,
Which in my opinion kind of led to, which is a big upgrade for Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake, which helped the gas fees a lot.
yeah, majorly, bro, majorly.
Now it's
And
like now I can go do any transaction like 90%
right,
of the time for like $2 to $5.
I mean, just a little, bro. Before we recorded this, I sent like 350 bucks worth of Ethereum for like $4.
Right. Yeah.
Before that would have costed like 60 bucks
You would have had to like
or
have
more.
$900 in your wallet almost
Yeah,
if you go
right.
before. Yeah, but proof of stake helped a lot. It cut it down. It was still high, but if you were
Dude, it
there
helped
before, you're like,
major.
oh, this is so much better. And
Yeah,
now
man.
and now from again, they had a big update in, was that last year? Yeah, it was. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm going in 2022 now, which is 2 years ago, but that's when the merge was officially completed. And ever since then, really, gas fees have been pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a slow year for ETH. But I really don't think it's going anywhere.
No.
It's the Google, it's the Yahoo. It's up there at the moment. And I
Yeah.
don't think it's going anywhere. It's one of the OGs. It's kind of shaped space. So for it to go out, bro, people would really they'd have to do something really dumb, something really
Yeah.
bad. They'd have to make a major change that everybody dislikes. Um, but yeah, man, and the same in 22 also, bro, we have FTX collapse. We had all these sponsorships, bro, all these FTX arena. We have the crypto.com arena. There was dude, the
Tom Brady
sponsorships,
was talking about FTX, like he had a sponsorship
every
with them.
celebrity you could think of that wanted to make a buck, they were talking about crypto. They were doing deals with exchanges, and ultimately, bro, right? We trusted these guys, and we trusted some of the wrong people. And because of FTX's collapse, actually the same year, and I don't even think we really have this listed, bro, but in that same year, we kind of merged into something of proof of funds for exchanges. Exchanges went from, hey, look, we got your money, to proof of funds. Show us the money, brother. Make sure my crypto is in there when I need it, whenever I want it. And those who didn't show those proof of funds, they sank. So a lot of crypto exchanges in 2022, it was a real rocky year. People were scared. You have
Yeah.
CEOs getting locked up left and right, and you have the Terra Luna crash, right? It was a stable coin, and it was part of the FTX stuff too. Is part of the reason why. I mean, there's a whole deep dive on that, which I'm sure we've done videos on in the past, bro. Whether it was on YouTube or maybe even part of a podcast. And if we didn't do a podcast on it, maybe we can do a deep dive on what happened.
Yeah.
We still got Scam Bankman Fraud. He was the CEO, the founder of FTX. He's still in prison. Brother's probably not going to see daylight for a little while, at least with free hands. Bless you, bro.
Thank you.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
so
dude,
that
that
was
was
a pretty crazy year. That's kind of when I was still learning. I was watching everything just crash and kind of waiting for it to settle down, and it finally did late 2020, early 23 is when things started to pick back up. But yeah, it's the crypto winter like we were referring to, it got even worse in 22. So
yeah, bro.
things
And
started to pick up a little bit 23, and
that crypto winter, bro, led us actually to one of to our second chance in the market actually.
Right.
That
Yeah.
crypto winter, FTX collapsing helped a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
People that were late to the game, that weren't invested yet. FTX crashing, Luna going down, like that actually, that crypto winter, even though it was bad for some, it was great for a lot. People are screaming recession for cryptocurrency. But the thing is, if you even look up recession, it's just object moving away from its goal. So when you look at the market, markets actually don't go into a recession. You can make a definition of recession, say, it's two negative quarters in a row, whatever they claim it to be. But it's always a retracement actually. It's just a retracement because if you bought Bitcoin at 3,500, rode it up to 70K and it went back down to 15K, it was never in a recession for you. It was a retracement. It was a second chance. And that's what it was for us, bro. Especially me, dude. When I seen Bitcoin hit 15K, I was gonna sell every organ I was able to live without to get Bitcoin, bro.
For
Like,
real.
I know people who were selling blood, selling their plasma, giving blood to get money. Like it was, bro. People were doing everything they could to buy crypto, and by people, I mean the people who knew, the people who watched it go to 70K and didn't take action. And in that meantime, right, in that crypto winter of 2022, bro, Solana went down because of FTX. Solana went down to $11, like Garrison mentioned earlier. It was the buy of a lifetime. It went from $11 and what it smashed 100. It's at what 100 and
166 right now.
yep. You could have put $100 in
It hit 200 this year.
and went crazy with yourself. And it's honestly, bro, that was where I made some of my most money from that crypto winter, right? Because Bitcoin went back down to 15K. Ethereum went back below $1,000, brother. Whew, what a time to be alive. But dude, yeah, I mean, I wrote it up and I bought a lot of Solana at $11. I bought a lot of cryptocurrency at cheap, bro. We were buying Uniswap. I think it was $2 if I remember correct. Dude, like saying these numbers doesn't even sound like I'm like, let me double check and think out, make sure I'm
Yeah.
saying this right. Maker, we
Uniswap
were
got
buying,
down to about $4.
yeah, $4. We were buying Maker $500, slapped 4K. We were buying Rocket Pool, bro. We were buying all sorts of these projects at just incredible lows. Polygon, we
Yeah.
bought at lows. I mean, dude, like I said, I made some of the most money I've ever made trading, and I started trading in 2016. I made most of my money from 2022 to really 2024.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where most of my money got made, bro. I don't know how you made out, but that's where
No, I agree. That was last year was amazing and this year's been a little slow, but
it has. And it's a lot, and
yeah.
it's an election year too. And it's probably one of the most important election years I feel like for me, and maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I feel like, dude, it's a little different this time. This last two times around, it's been a little different than maybe the past elections. And I was a
It
little bit
always
younger
kind of
then.
each year always tends to get a little bit like,
Yep.
like risky and riskier.
Yeah, man. And yeah, like you said, that kind of leads us to 2023. The banking crisis affects crypto, Silvergate, San Fernando Valley Bank, I think it was. I think I'm saying that right, but they went down. BlackRock and other major institutions filed for spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have the ETH ETFs in circulation, or at least being rumored. Scam Bankman frauds trial and conviction. We have Binance settlement with the Department of Justice. The Binance CEO, forget his name, he went down. Bro, it was crazy. From 2022, really from the FTX collapse, even up until now, bro. It's just been a wild ride. This
Yeah.
last year, from November to really, from November to January of 2024, it's been a really slow year. But it's
A
again
lot of
that
moves
second
behind,
chance.
sorry.
Go
A
ahead.
lot of a lot of moves have been made behind the scenes, like you said. BlackRock and other major institutions were filing for ETFs and
MicroStrategy's buying as much as they
like
can, going
crazy.
crazy. Yep.
Larry Fink's coming out, which is the founder or CEO of BlackRock, and he's like, Bitcoin's not a scam anymore.
Yep.
Then you
Even though
got
the
people
previous years they said scam,
like
Jamie Dimon
Kramer, Jim
says
Kramer,
scam.
and
Yep. All of them,
and
bro.
by
Everybody.
yeah,
Everybody, bro.
yeah. And
At
by the way,
15K.
SVB, My bad.
No, you're good, bro. I'm
SVB was
getting passionate.
Silicon Valley Bank.
Yep, that's what it was. I
Yeah.
always say San Fernando. I don't know why. Silicon Valley Bank. But yeah, dude, they all went under. That was one of the larger banks that collapsed.
Yeah, that
But
was a big
dude,
one.
everybody, bro, we sounded like loony bins. We should have been sent to a loony bin when we were telling people,
A
bro,
loony
15K,
bin.
this is your if you were gonna buy Bitcoin, this is the time. Not a financial advice, but if
Right.
you're gonna buy, this is it, bro. You need to buy
For real.
now. And dude, every major news article, everybody was saying scam, going to zero. It's a bubble. Like you said, bro, Jamie Dimon. You got Jim, fucking can't think of his
Kramer.
name. Kramer, yep. Dude, who's the gold guy? Peter Schiff, dude.
I
He's
know,
still
that's who I
screaming
was
it.
trying to think of. Yeah.
He's still saying screw
Yeah.
Bitcoin. But dude, every single major institution, every single um like financial advising company, Fidelity, BlackRock, this, that, the other, you could name them, dude. Nobody was saying anything good about Bitcoin when it was at 15K,
Yeah.
which was 2022,
What were they
2020.
doing? They were buying it.
Buying.
So,
um,
yeah, 2023 was a good year for a lot of people who were buying at the right spots and maybe people that even held from recent highs too,
yep.
or from the highs before that to now. They're
Yeah, they held
probably
for the last two
back
years.
even. Maybe they were buying on the way down low too, I hope. Or now they're just now broke even, which they're probably proud about. Maybe they're selling now, which
Yeah, right. They're like, dude, I
but
gotta get rid of the anxiety for the last 2 years.
like that's like me with XRP right now. And
I
then
swear, bro. I
but
swear.
anyway, that pretty much leads us into 24, which is obviously the year we're in right now. Today's November 1st, and we got the official approval of Bitcoin ETFs and also ETH too, right?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah.
ETH
ETH ETFs.
okay,
Bitcoin slapped all-time highs, not once this year, but twice, right?
facts.
Right?
Just now,
Let me get it up.
well, it got really close.
My bad. Actually, I lied. I lied.
It got
We're
really close
close.
to earlier this like 2 days ago.
Yeah. So we smacked it once, almost twice. I think this year we'll probably see twice. But
So yeah, the
yeah,
Ethereum
man, it's
ETFs were also approved this year.
yep. And but dude, it's been exciting. It's
There's
been exciting.
yeah,
I'm excited. 2025, I think, is going to be an incredible year for crypto.
yeah.
And the other day, since we mentioned predictions early on, I'll give my Solana prediction because I actually have it marked on my chart. So my bearish prediction, and I don't know if this is for, excuse me, the next bull run. I think eventually it will hit these prices no matter what, but I don't know in time frame wise. My bearish prediction is 737 for this next bull run. My bad. My bearish prediction 737. My bullish prediction is $1,500 for Solana. Currently, we're sitting at 167.
I want to see 100K Bitcoin. Can't
Me
wait to
too, bro.
see six-figure Bitcoin.
It's gonna be nice, and it's coming, bro. It's happening for sure. It's
Yeah,
just a matter of time at this point.
facts. But yeah, no, this was I feel like a little bit of a longer episode, but
Yeah, bro, it was. It was we yapped a little bit, but it was fun, man. It was
yeah,
nice looking back on a decade of crypto. I'm looking forward to another decade. We have so much more to come, bro. And we'll see you guys next time.
facts. Peace out, everybody.
Peace. Don't forget to hit the links down below. Hit the link in our bio. Check out our previous podcasts. Check out our reels on Instagram and make sure you are inside the Discord where you'll get to interact and ask us questions directly. And make sure you're tuning into our Monday market analysis, which is live on X. See you guys.